Hello, Andy. This is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig.
We have, I guess I'll just say hi, David here, OUG Gaming. Games this week, episode 353 of the OUG Game podcast. First game, D-Exit, Eternal Matters. First of all, last week's show, apologies, I was like every few seconds, which I didn't realise I was doing at the time. I guess I had much more of a cold than I thought I had. But D-Exit, Eternal Matters. Now this game, I'd never heard of it, never seen it before. Started playing it. It's like a Souls game, you know, like the Dark Souls, Demon Souls, all those sort of Souls sort of game. But it's a very minimalist sort of style looking game. Very much like a Minecraft-esque sort of art style. It played well, it looked good, it all went really well, and I would recommend. It's a nice little game to have, and I liked how the story was going, some of the puzzle elements in it. So I would recommend D-Exit. It's a good little game.
Careful out there.
Look at you. You have an artifact.
Be strong, Lux.
Next up, Death Road Tournament. And this one I got sent to review, so this is the review. The game looks nice. It's got a nice art style. It's a 2D top-down view game where you get cards to battle and move. So you start off in the middle of the screen, and imagine Frogger, you can go up, down, left, right, and opponents appear on the screen either behind you, above you, or to the front of you, either on the three planes wherever you are. So as you're playing your cards, you get like 3 moves. So you might be able to move up, forward, and then shoot them, or up, back, ram them. And you just do that through the levels, and when you do the final hit on the enemy, it has a slow, proper zoomed in close-up explosion. It looks quite smart. But the game itself wasn't very good. I didn't enjoy it. It was very slow, very ponderous, and I just feel that this sort of game has no place on Steam, has no place on anything like that. It's a simple iPhone touch sort of screen game, and it's very basic, and I don't recommend it, and it's not very good. Sorry. Next up, Jak and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy, and this one, it was like the first game that the Naughty Dog developers sort of did after the Crash games, I believe. So they did Crash Bandicoot 1, 2 and 3, and then they got out of the actual deal that they were in with Universal. I think it was Universal. And they got out of that and jumped into bed with Sony, and they created the Jak and Daxter sort of games with Sony. And the first one, it's a 3D action platformer, but also with a lot of free roaming open world elements in. And for an old PS2 sort of game, it was quite ahead of its time in a lot of ways. Looks gorgeous, very cartoonified, very bright, colourful and bold. Quite hard at times, but it's a good game, I recommend it. Jak 2, now this one, I might get all these mixed up now, but this one, similar, but you are infected by the dark energy, I think it is, and you can do like proper super moves now, and it's like, is it this one where you can like jump into cars and fly around and stuff, or is that the third one? I can't remember. I played a lot of them quite back to back. This one, It's still a similar art style to the first one, and then as you were getting to the third game, that's when it got a lot darker, a lot more, yeah, a lot. It'd been through a lot of the main character. It'd been experimented on. It'd been doing a lot of stuff, and that's when the game tone, it shifted. It went more adult orientated. Still a good series. A little bit more janky with the character sort of movements and the driving and the flying and stuff. But Jak and Daxter as a trilogy, they are brilliant, absolutely brilliant little games. And they also played Jak X, and this one I enjoyed the story mode quite a bit, where I believe one of the people gets them all onto an island, then he infects them all with a disease, and they all have to win this race tournament thing, and then they'll get the antidote. But the mechanics and driving and all that it felt nice, it looked nice, so I would recommend the Jak trilogy with the Jak X as well as a kart racer style futuristic shooter game. It's really good, really nice little games there. And the last game that I played this week is Homestead Arcana.
This is where we establish
I
our
don't know.
homestead.
But
Starting from a humble tent and
it's an anime style role playing game where there's a talking cat with witches and wizards, and I wasn't impressed graphically. It didn't look very good. Story kept me going for about half an hour or so when I was playing, but by the end of the half an hour I was like, I'm ready to turn this off now. I'm not that bothered with where it goes. So unfortunately I wouldn't recommend that game either. Hopefully if you're watching the trailer that's up on the behind me, then you will see something and you will think, it looks alright. So I will just say that this week we've got the Boostroid Testing the Future episode 6, and we've been playing Blood Hunt, and we've also got the conclusion of our Spenny to Premi collection, and this is episode 40 to episode 48, so you can watch all that back to back. And that, my friends, is what we've been playing this week.